Behavior recently released their plans for the next PTB, and they are something to be sure. I am not I'm not super hopeful about them because they are just so many things that are so like broad applying. They apply to so many things. There's so many situations in which there are going to be issues with them, and I just don't have faith in behavior to properly work around it and balance it. I just don't see them being able to fix all of the issues. And there's so many issues. And some of the issues can be fixed via like actually balancing them more, like the 90-second self pickup unbreak. That could probably be fixed by just, either increasing the amount of time it takes for unbreak to activate, or adding an extra condition like 2 survivors have to be slugged, or making it so that it doesn't give you infinite unbreakable. I don't know why that was a decision that they made to make it so that after the 90 seconds have passed, it's just infinite unbreakable. I think that's absolutely like crazy that they decided to do that. I think that there are ways that change could be fixed and could be healthy for the game. But then you have other changes that I think are so like problematic in their conception. Things like tenacity, like base kit tenacity. I don't think there's any I think that's always going to be bad. It's always going to make already like power struggle and flip flop. Its main thing that's holding it back is the fact that you usually need a survive with friends to be around to give you those extra couple of seconds, or that you also need to use tenacity. So you end up having an entire build to it. Now you'll be able to run them with like decisive or something if you manage to get hooked, or like sprint burst, or like a bunch of other things. Uh, Instead of having to commit a full build and needing a sort of, it's going to be so much more broad appealing. And it's already problematic. It's just that it's niche problematic instead of primarily problematic, and they're sort of making it worse. I think that the tenacity update is just like bad, and they should just not make base kit tenacity a thing. Or if they were going to do it, make it so that, I don't know, it doesn't apply until you're like already 3/4 slugged or something. But at that point, it doesn't really matter. The increased crawling speed after you've been slugged for a while, I think, could be fine. That one's probably okay if you've been slugged for like 30 or 40 seconds. Then like sure, you can start crawling faster. I don't think that's really problematic. And then oh my god, and then you have the tunneling changes, which range from like deleting macro play or like obfuscating macro play, which practically speaking only really hurts, weak killers who aren't able to check on the hooks themselves because it just simply takes too long for them to physically get to the hook to look at it. Now they're adding, randomness, or not telling you exactly when the unhook happens. That's going to harm the weaker killers way worse. Because if they hook somebody, they get the base kit barbecue. That one's a good change, but they hook somebody, they get the base kit barbecue. They cross the entire map. Whoever that they saw either, has ran away, and now they don't have any info. So they go back to hook, or so they start patrolling around trying to find them, and then they see that the unhook happened. Normally, they would see the unhook happen, and then they can go back and be like, okay, now I have some info. Now that's just, like, not a thing anymore. Now if you have no info, you're just kind of screwed because the game is actively hiding info from you. I think it's such... Like, this is, like, probably the least problematic of the problematic changes, but it's also just it's still a bad change. And then you have the if you hook somebody twice into death, I think was it, your gen regress perks just don't work. They're just deleted. You can't kick gens anymore. You can't apply pop. Hello, Vibrant. Going off on insane patch notes at the moment. You can't kick gens, Can't use pop, can't use pain res, they're just all gone, your entire build, because somebody ran into you, they are bothering you with like a flashy save, they're doing pallet saves, or like 100 different things that a survivor can do after they're unhooked, and if you try and respond to any of them, oh dear, that's not good. If you respond to any of them, you get supremely, heavily, harshly punished. And like... And then somebody like, you know, the Ghoul or Blight, they're not gonna care. Oh, that's interesting. Because they can cross the entire map in seconds. So it's really easy for them to not tunnel, because they get that barbecue info, and then they cross the entire map, and then they down somebody in like 20 seconds because they also have strong chase powers. It's just like, there's so many issues with it. I really hope this person doesn't go second. That sucks so bad. Literally milliseconds. I would have shouldered their burden if it had been any later. Honestly, just pre-drop that. It's fine. I don't know what... okay. That was an insane vault. I'm screwed. Because I'm just kind of zoned. I guess just... yeah. The Myers update is like... There's so much about the patch. Even the good parts, even the parts of the patch that I actually kind of like, have bad aspects to them. Like the rewarding you for spreading hooks. That's great in theory, you know, but the way they implemented it, where the regression you get is based off of a gen kick, that's so much better on certain killers than others. If you're, you know, a hag and nobody's touched the gens in your web, then hooking new survivors is meaningless. But if you're Wraith, a solid like mid-tier killer with a lot of mobility, you go and you cross the map and you kick gens, and you kick gens 60% faster. Like it's barely even like it's so free for them. And instead of doing something that would just like make it even, make it like make sense, they have decided to put it to gen kicks, which is constantly, we're constantly dealing with how it unevenly affects killers with pop and such. Does plot twist charge self pickup? I don't know, because we would have to look at the PTB and we would have to specifically test plot twist. Even if it like did, if it did, that would be crazy and bad, and they would that's something I could see them maybe fixing. But that's like that is an issue, but that's like such a far down issue. Wow, this game ended so quickly. This is gonna reveal me because I don't have a locker nearby. That is unfortunate. I kind of just have to hope for the ace to die in the next couple of seconds. Okay, I have an idea, which is to do this, and then lose her. I think she saw me? No, she thinks I went in basement. That was actually super giga-brained. She knows where I am now? She does. Yep. I don't think they're actually trying to go next, so this is very bad for me. That's a shame. I don't know. Last time I played a Savile Squad, I managed to... Wait, so under the new... Okay, hold on. So under the new system, I did 4 gens. The 4 gens doesn't actually matter. It's the 6 hooks. Last time I played a Savo squad, I managed to 4-man slug them, but because they all went down in the same area, I think I remember they brought Ebony Oak Offering. They could only reach 2 hooks and had to bleed out the other 2. Yeah, Savo squads are like Giga eating, which the amount of gens doesn't matter. Yeah, only amount of and order of hooks. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, we're punishing people, or we're punishing killers, or this update will punish killers for gosh dang, sorry, brain. It's punishing killers for tunneling, but then like and the reason we're doing that is just because like it's not a fun playstyle, or maybe they think it's unbalanced. But it's like, you know what else isn't a fun playstyle? Savo squads, and they're buffing Savo squads. Like what? What? Why are we doing that? Who thought that that was like a good idea? Who? Like I don't think that I genuinely have to wonder if they like it even occurred to them that they're going to like anything, the broader implications of what this update would do. It's going to, sure, I guess, nerf tunneling, but it's not going to address the primary issue of tunneling. At least for the killers that really need it. Like sure, maybe the pop, eruption, pain res, grim embrace, blight isn't going to tunnel until 6 hooks are done or whatever. But they didn't need to. And it's good that you're punishing that specific blight, but you're also punishing freaking Hag, which is like a C tier killer, a D tier killer. I think it's just because like it doesn't even enter their mind the idea that defending a hook could be like a necessary part of the game. On a silly note, invocations will get even worse from Base Kit Barbecue. That's true. That's true. Yeah. And I don't know. And Myers becoming Dash Slop is just like, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I think there's only like 1 or 2 changes that I can look at and say, yes, this is a good idea definitively. You don't make that? I don't know why I just walked into that one. I guess he just wanted the pallet gun? Fair. Can't wait for Trapper to become a dash killer. Yeah. Sooner or later, they're just going to make it so when you put down a trap, now instead of like 5 or 10% haste, he gets to charge up a lunge, and then he becomes Pig 4. And why are we getting another change for Myers, a rework that I feel like wasn't really being asked for, when we have multiple other killers that have still been on the back burner for changes, for reworks, for like actually years. Trickster has, or almost 2 years, Trickster has been sitting there waiting for his rework, and Skull Merchant got deleted, and they haven't given her any compensation. Meanwhile, after Skull Merchant got deleted, they buffed Myers by reworking his stock mechanic. And then, after reworking the stock mechanic, and they're going to give him a complete full makeover rework, which is happening again before Skull Merchant gets her rework. Like what? Why? Skull Merchant is 1 year old next month? Is that true? Okay, well, still, fundamentally, I thought it was 1.5 years, but maybe I'm getting that confused with the 2.0 Skull Merchant release. But still, fundamentally, the point is the same. Why did Myers get multiple changes? Changes that are getting scrapped with the new rework, and they can't do, like, before, like, that are more recent than Skull Merchant's change, and before her future change. I just, like, that doesn't make sense. Why are you spending so much time paying attention to killers that, sure, Myers does need help, But Myers isn't Skull Merchant. Skull Merchant needs probably the most help out of like every killer in the game, and they're spending so much time adjusting him and doing things that people didn't ask for. I can't understand the mindset. Like, what is... Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, shit. Okay. Thank you, Overcome, for I'm just gonna pre-drop this, whatever. Bro got demolished, actually. I think he thought I slow vaulted. I think this is... the hell? Okay. I could not tell. There's just so many issues with the way that they've been treating certain characters and with the mindset behind updates that they've been doing. And this has just been like constantly ongoing. And it's extremely alienating, because it's just like, why play these characters at all? Why have them in the game? If you're going to create characters that specifically incentivize certain playstyles, and then you're just going to leave them to rot, or delete, or like, you know, nerf them to such a point that they may as well be deleted, or create fundamental changes to the way the game plays that only hurt them, or especially hurt them. It's just like, why did you make these characters in the first place? And it just gets more and more frustrating, because the more time goes on, it's just like, damn, is Skull Merchant going to get a rework that contains any of her identity? I don't know. Maybe not. Another thing. This is like... That was a close unhook, true. Yeah, almost what next Renato did. Skull Merchant's going to be Dash Killer. They tried to make her Dash Killer, and everybody who played Skull Merchant was like, why are you doing this? It doesn't make sense. Skull Merchant's a very unique killer. I think Skull Merchant is probably the best designed trap killer they have in the game. Because running into her traps doesn't immediately kill you. It's just a third of a health state. And then you have to actively play around her power in tiles. Like, she should be like the picture perfect model for a killer, and it's just because like her first release was bad. So when they reworked her into a good trap killer, nobody cared. And so now we can't have any trap killers ever. And also we're going to fundamentally change the game and shift the game away from having trap killers. I thought I heard the clinking from Dredge, but maybe not. Where is he? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've been very disappointed with so many of the changes that they've been making, and this one is just like... Okay, I think that's Trail of Torment. I'm trying to make sure that... There we go. Renato does not get screwed over. Damn, we should have gotten a gen speed boost, and a killer should be unable to damage gens now. Yeah, I mean, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Oh, hi, bud. Yeah, this is an incredibly close game, but in the future, Trail of Torment won't work. He won't have any undetectable. I mean, half half of the perks in the game work around gen clicks. Yeah, this won't be a thing. So, and instead of being a close game, we probably, you know, would have won because he can't touch anything. That eruption or whatever that just happened wouldn't have happened. This would be at 90% because he kicked it like 10 minutes ago. It's like, what? Why? The fact that they did it completely irrespective of gens makes genuinely it makes no sense because they or instead of whoops, I'm trying to freaking close the lock and the game just said no. Because in 2v8 they actually considered hooks and gens. God damn it, where's the freaking... Yeah, I'm dying here. Fought an extra half second. Wait, under the new system, Trail of Torment won't work since it's needs a gen to progress? Yeah. Yeah, you won't be able to apply Trail of Torment if you kill somebody too... Not even too quickly. If you just, like, kill somebody without spreading 6 hooks. So, yeah. I just... It feels like a change that they made, thinking that every single killer in the game is Blight. Like, that's the only way it makes any sense. Because when you look at anything below that level of, like, Ghoul level or Blight level of strength, then these changes make absolutely no sense. You don't physically have time to walk across the entire map as a 4.6 killer to get value out of barbecue info. You don't physically have time to get friggin' 6 hooks without defending gens or whatever. 6 hooks before getting a kill as a D tier killer. Yeah, like I wouldn't like it either if it was the case, but don't take gen count into consideration as crazy. Yeah, I mean, it would still be flawed, but it would be flawed instead of like completely just like not thinking at all. Another thing, look at all this pressure that Dredge has gotten, and from this slug, and I would have been able to just like run into the corner of that map. She would be able to pick herself up. He would be able to pick himself up eventually. Like, this Dredge would have lost this match like 3 or 4 minutes ago with no way to come back. All because he had like a bad start. And instead, he was able to come back. And I think he should be able to come back. Yeah, base kit tenacity. I just... I don't know. It's just... Every change has so much baggage. And I just... If you select someone for a bit, odds are you never find anybody ever again. If you don't insta pick up. Or just like sit on their body. There's so much baggage with every change, and behavior really has just shown with so many changes that they don't have the forethought or even just like the ability to listen to community engagement or to community backlash consistently enough to fix all of the issues with their changes. So my hope is that they ditch like half of the changes, and maybe they keep like the 90-second slug timer and then change it so that it's 90 seconds per pickup. So it's not 90 seconds one time, you have to do it per thing. So you would get maximum 2 unbreakables instead of like 6 or whatever it would be with what their proposed iteration is. And then maybe keeping the spreading hooks incentive might be okay. I would prefer that they change it from gen kicking to just like a pain res effect, because I think that just it's much more even. You don't have specific killers being benefited more than others. Nemesis. Just gonna drop this here actually. I don't want to keep it on me so I can use my Fog Vial at any moment. But when it comes to like tenacity, I think they should ditch that change. When it comes to the removing gen regression, that should be ditched. Or did I say keep? Just get rid of tenacity. I don't know. I think I might have misspoken there. Get rid of tenacity. Get rid of the no more gen regression. Get rid of the weird UI things that they want to hide for some reason. And you know, if you go down everything, you pretty much like half the changes need to be completely washed, and then like a third of the changes, or like half of the remaining changes after that, need to have some pretty major like changes made to the changes, and then maybe half of them could come in with only slight changes. Clown changes are good though? Probably. It's difficult because they didn't give us the exact numbers. They said it was going to be a halfway measure between the current version and the old version. Or they didn't say halfway, they said partway. So it might be like 1.5 seconds until yellow activates, and it might also only be like 1.5 seconds of purple. I do think that they're good changes, better than nothing, but it's difficult without seeing the exact numbers how impactful it's going to be. They did what people yelled at them to do since PTB. Yeah. 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 I mean, Clown is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, everybody knew the changes they were making were bad, and they only, like, partially adjusted the changes when they came to live. Are all of them in the same area? I don't know. Having fun? Gaming? Maybe they have like duty of care, trying to do body block stuff, shenanigans, not MFT, the other one. I don't know. I'm I'm like only 5% paying attention to this match. I'm still on the PTB rant brain right now. And like, they made changes to Dracula. Why? Why are we making changes to Drac? He's like a little bit too strong. And they didn't even nerf him. They just like made him feel worse, but overall be stronger. I probably should have gone for this unhook. Oh well. Like, why are we even messing it? Like, he's not the most egregious killer. He's like, should be nerfed a bit, maybe. I don't think he's worthy of having changes made to him at this point, because there's so many other killers that need changes so much more. I'm not going to get back to her, am I? Also, I have noticed, maybe this is just like bias, but I feel like I have noticed killers have been tunneling and slugging a lot more since the PTB got announced. Maybe it's just because, you know, maybe it's just bias because I'm thinking about tunneling and slugging changes, so I'm noticing tunneling and slugging more. But I swear people are doing it a lot more. I got like 0. Actually, I got a little bit of overcome value. This is a stupid pallet pre-drop. This is not a great pallet. But he left me. Interesting. In the new update, that survivor would have crawled away where the killer was gone, and you could have gotten the pickup. Yeah, that killer, they would be at 0 kills now, and I think they've been like grouping together. I'm guessing they've been under pallets, like going under pallets, and then trying to do pallet safe shenanigans, and so the killer was trying to play around that by slugging. But in the next patch, that won't be a thing. There won't be counterplay to people going under pallets anymore. Isn't for the people and sort of the burden bad with overcome, since both make you insta-downable? Yes-ish. But it lets me do something very funny. I really hope that this Steven is going to let me get this unhooked. Please stop, Steven. I need to do it. I have shouldered the burden. Please stop. That's not Steven. God damn it. I wanted... So you can do something very funny, which is shoulder somebody's burden and then instantly for the people them, and that just gets rid of... Oh, hello, you're on me now? And that just gets rid of the insta-downable downside because you're injured, and then you give the person who has... who was just about to die a bunch of health or really? That sucks. A bunch of health states to work with, because they have a fresh hook and they're healthy. And the idea with Overcome is to just make sure that he keeps abandoning chase with me, so I actually have the ability to shoulder the burden. That's what it is. Running a different exhaustion break. Yeah, so the deal is that, like, if I overcome away and then I use the fog vial, then I'll make enough distance and I'll lose my scratch marks and my like grunts of pain. I'll lose the killer, and then I'll still have my full hook stages to use shoulder the burden and, in theory, for the people. Whereas if I just like use sprint burst, then that's not as helpful for losing the killer. It's the primary idea of overcome and the fog vial is to lose the killer. Well, guessing they're still upstairs, hopefully. So I get this pickup. It might be worth it to just go for that pickup now. I don't know. This feels slightly more efficient. Heal up to here, and then we'll go for the pickup on our Death Hook comrade up here. So they're up. Nimmy's on the opposite side of the building. I don't think he has any stealth perks, so I should be able to do this. Yeah, like, I feel like this Nemesis does not slug like this normally, and this is very much a... Oh, I'm gonna lose my ability to slug in the future. This does not feel like normal, natural, somebody who always slugs plays. Because it's been very, like, not optimal slugging. These frickin' zombies are so annoying in Midwich.
I'm not gonna let nothing happen to you.
Because it's like, it's so difficult to avoid them in these tiny ass halls. Let's see if I can't maybe get healed by Laura. Finish the gen with her and then heal. It's very unfortunate that I was not able to shoulder their burden. I was right there, but Quentin did not realize. Because... because instead of, like, doing something simple, like showing your teammates perks in solo queue, we want to make it so you can't slug or tunnel. Why are you mad, bro? I don't get it. There's so many other updates that I feel like should have taken much higher priority over this one that is going to be, if I'm like really giving them a lot of more credit than I think they deserve, like 25% good and 50% bad. And then 25% that's in between, where sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, depending on the scenario. Up there. Plus they... I didn't even get to, like, talk about it because that came out, but also they extended 2v8 again, so Killer Killer is just unplayable for even longer. I want to play my gosh dang video game. I don't want to spend 10 minutes in queue just for one killer match. For fuck's sake. I've got to go and do things. I feel like it's like what they did was instead of giving survivors like the ability to surrender, they just okay, I guess he's just doing that. That's fun. Instead of giving survivors the ability to surrender when a game is already like finished, they decided to make it so that survivors have the ability to win no matter what the circumstances are. But the issue is that this isn't this isn't a friggin' single player game. So why why are we doing this? I have 0 out of 100 on my killer quest from the Rift Pass since it appeared after 2v8 came out. That is, yeah, that is fair. I just like I am not streaming killer because you know 10-minute queues. But I when I'm like offline, I'll just like put something else in the background as I wait for my queue. I know he was up there. I swear. It's like behavior paid this nemesis to try and convince me that the slugging and tunneling updates are good, except the issue is that actually no. Because this nemesis is just sitting on top of slugs or sitting on top of hooks, so none of it matters. Like, he's not kicking gens, it wouldn't affect him. That was the weirdest fake I've ever seen. So Giga pre-drop that, and then what I'm going to do is use the fog vial here, and then hide in the thing. He'll never know. What? Wait, actually how? Fog vials are supposed to suppress my grunts of pain. So it's not like he heard me. Okay. Very fun. Yeah, this gameplay is going to be completely unaddressed in the new update, by the way. This won't be affected, but people who like are losing the first 3 or 4 gens, they will be screwed over. Like what? Anyway. I think that's the first time I've had a toxic killer in like literal months. Like genuinely, it's been so long. Because it's just like they're so much rarer than survivors. I've been playing so much Survivor that like I think I pulled Arella up to like P13 before going back to prestiging killers. I've prestiged her 6 times since then, and I still have like 2.5 million blood points left over. Because it's like I'm not gonna spend points on a role I'm not playing. Because the game doesn't really let you do that while you're queuing. You can always ask me something. You don't have to preface it by asking if you can ask me something. Well, I mean, Aurora will be tied with the Nia soon, probably by the end of today. In prestiges. There's a really nice Aurora cosmetic coming out soon. Or potentially, sorry. I'm presuming the punk medic cosmetic for the cosmetic contest was just so amazing that in my mind it just has already won. But I guess people may vote differently than me. You voted for it, true and based, and the correct decision. I'd rather have $1 million now for 1 whole month. Get $1 each day, but the amount of money I get is multiplied by 0.5 each day. So I get $1 on day 1, and then 50 cents on day 2, and then 25 cents on the night. Yeah, I think I would go with the $1 million. I think that's not much of a contest. Huh. I think... Nope. Never mind, he found the Nia. I mean, like, if they're gonna make... They're going to add an indicator to make sure that you know who you just hooked, but they may as well just make it so that you can just see from full... You can just see every single hook state. Because if I need to perfectly spread 6 hooks, then I kind of need to see every single hook state. Damn. So I don't know why they're doing like a half measure where you can only tell who was most recently hooked instead of where every hook state is. I also hope they get rid of the friggin' bubble so Kindred works against Blight and Billy and Nurse and every other dash killer who's literally too fast to see as they leave the bubble with Kindred. That would be nice. I mean, they could have just like added base kit bond. That would have been so much better. That genuinely probably would have helped more with tunneling. Without like complete, like actual like malicious tunneling. Because then you would be able to properly body block easier for solo queue teammates. Because tunneling, you really can't do against a coordinated Swift because they body block and they have off the record and they have shoulder the bird and they have decisive strike and yada 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 yada. When instead we're gonna like, I don't know. Please don't see me. That's unfortunate. Right. They buffed Billy's curve thingy. He can go 180 degrees back around now. I forgot. I'm used to him only being able to go 90 degrees to the right instead of doing a full 180. Well, Soda the Burden doesn't really work when I'm getting shit on, and Overcome doesn't really work when I'm versing an insta-down killer. So I've kind of... And Forcome, or For the People, also doesn't work when I'm... I just can't do anything. It's just a bad matchup for me. Okay, well this time he decided to go for Leon instead of back to my hook. I mean, this is just a dead zone. I should just not do this gen, actually. Where is a better gen? I guess that one's better. It's very obvious, like he'll see me here, but there's actually pallets and stuff, and it's close to main. I guess he left and went back to unhook. It's something I've been seeing people talk about, which I think applies also to this update, is them not being able to properly balance around, like, they swap back and forth between whether they want to balance around casual play or competitive play. And I feel like this is one of those, this is like a list of things that they kind of are overlapping in blind spots they have. you know, their bias against macro killers, their bias against weak killers, and also their bias against, like, you know, good killers versus casual killers. Or good players versus casual players, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully, you know, when it comes to the PTB, everybody will say, oh wow, this is a really bad update. And then they'll be like, oh shit, you right, and then revert 80% of it. I think, that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is it just goes through, and then this game... this game's gonna be really rough to play if you're not playing Ghoul. Well, if you're not playing... yeah, I mean, pretty much. If you're not playing Survivor or Ghoul, this game is gonna feel really, really, really bad to play. They go through with it. Aw, oh, fuck me. I tried to crouch. Oh well. This is another game that I don't think would be affected. Like, he hasn't kicked a gen, because he's Billy. He's too strong. He doesn't need to kick gens. He can just go back and forth across the map. No, actually, it would be affected. Billy would be stronger because he would have base kit barbecue. Because he went back and forth. That's the only way that that match would have been affected, is Billy would be buffed. Because he would have base kit barbecue. Can you imagine that? Oh my god. Because he didn't kick a gen, I don't think, that whole game. I don't think he had any gen regression. So that wouldn't have mattered. Because when you're a really strong killer, you just don't need gen regression. And you can tunnel or you can not. It's up to you. Yeah, I don't know. I wish that they had put in, like, just one of these sets of changes. I wish they had just made the slugging changes, and we could be like, okay, we can look at this and be like, tenacity shouldn't be a thing, and then the 90 seconds should be adjusted. I would have so much more faith in behavior to properly balance just like those two changes with our feedback. But it's the fact that they're doing all of this at once. I just think it's practically impossible for them to cover every single thing without them just not working. Ah. Hello, Shava. You too. Thank you. Yeah. There's... It's gonna be a rambunctious PTB. Is this PTB going to come out with the new killer also? Isn't that right? Because the next PTB is the next killer, and then they release the PTB changes. Wait, is that right? I feel like I remember somebody saying the next killer would be on the next PTB, but they didn't mention it in the giant list of PTB changes, so maybe that's wrong. But I mean, it would be really funny conceptually if they did that. They basically rework the game from the ground up, and then suddenly you have to try and gauge the new killer's power based around the new game. Oh, that would be interesting. Oh, it's a pig. Oh, hello, pig. It's Pig on Larry's. Do I make this? Good ping. You know what's crazy? Okay, chasing Thalita. Well, that works for me. I kind of don't want to be chased. Oh yeah, pig's another big... big L plus bozo. Somebody dies to a head trap. Granted, they've been moving more and more away from that. They've been trying to slowly nerf that so it just doesn't happen. But still, it can happen, and it seems weird to be punished for it. At least this badly. Like the gen speed nerf or buff, if If they made it like if it was 3 or more gens left in the game and somebody dies before 6 hooks, then you get the gen speed buff. Or hell, if they just made it so it's pain res DMS. If they just made it so that it was just, I mean, I know what you are, pig. I know you stealthing, crouched. There you are. Yeah, you just pre-drop this and then play the tile. Overcome away. I'm not really going to get fog vial value, am I? Nope, because she is directly behind me. Here's the pallet. It was way further away than I thought. You should just slug me, pig. I want to use Shoulder the Burden. God damn it. I'll have days where I'll use Shoulder the Burden in literally every single match, and then I'll have days where I won't use it in a single match. I don't know what the deal is with me and Shoulder the Burden, but it's so... it's so volatile for me for some reason. I feel like there should have been a good place for the fog vial to get value. I don't know. I guess I just didn't use overcome very well, or maybe I was just in a bad spot. What is... Is Alucard playing the loot? Why? You're not doing gens anytime soon. And nobody else is near you. I feel like that was a very strange decision. Why do I feel like the pig is coming back for me? She's out of chase with everybody else. Okay, well, she's on Alucard now. She's very close. 24 meters is not a very large distance. So anytime you hear a pig's terror radius, she's like right next to you. She's like 1 tile away. Do you like my hat? Oh shit. I was looking. You hope I keep my hat? I don't know. I'd rather not. It's very pretty, I agree. It definitely, Aurella can make anything look great, including a metal bear trap, but I think I'd rather not have my face look like the Demogorgons. I think that would look a lot better, personally. I like Aurella too. I think she's very, very neat, and I really like this cosmetic. And I'm glad that she's probably, hopefully, getting a new cosmetic soon with the contest. Sorry, I see somebody, and I'm scared of them, because they were just in chase. And the pig is a stealthy lass. I guess you can do that gen, and I'll maybe try and find a gen on the other side of the map. Oh, there should be one in here. Oh, it popped already. It's a shame. I guess I'll just do the TV room gen. Nope, pig's here. Pig is somewhere very nearby. Oh, this is like the worst place to be versus a stealth killer. Because I have to turn my head around like this to have a chance at seeing her. Alright, she hit Talitha, so she's in chase. So I shouldn't have to deal with her suddenly surprising me and grabbing me off the gen. Plus it's so loud, you probably wouldn't even hear the pig standing up, even. Okay, not in chase anymore. Okay, Sheva's in chase. Okay. Well, we have like the worst gen to do done now, so that's good. Okay, Okay, I guess I just won't heal Alucard. That's fine. There were 2 gens we were working on this side of the map. Well, I think they're on the other side of that wall. Yeah. Here's one of them. So was it like 70 and she left it? Got kicked. Oh, McKay! Think you overcome. I don't know if she crouched or what. Sheva, don't go back there. No, Sheva! A lot of people originally misread the notes as 90-second slug at a time for 1 free pickup. Yeah, I thought that it was every 90 seconds you get 1 pickup, so it's 2 total pickups. But apparently it's a one-time 90-second condition, and after that 90-second condition has been met, it's infinite free pickups, which I don't know how they came to that conclusion, because it's a weird one. It like completely erases slugging as a playstyle, which I get. It's an annoying playstyle, but I don't think it should be completely deleted. I think it should just be like a little bit worse. Because right now, people don't do it, but I do think slugging is actually really strong, especially against solo queue. Now, in all fairness, the main issue is that solo queue needs to be buffed, but still, I would like them to make slugging just a little bit worse, so that, you know, you don't, like, one of the buffs is, you know, the self pickup is like okay for solo queue, right? You make it 1 90-second pickup, that way you don't have to rely on your friends. But then infinite, I don't get it. A lot of time when the killer slugs, they capitalize off survivors taking risks. 2 survivors, at least 1 injured, teaming up on a gen. Yeah, a lot of the time. I mean, a lot of the time when slugging is occurring, it's because, I mean, a killer kind of needs to do it in order to friggin' words. Cannot come up with words. There's something that is forcing the killer to do it, because it's a lot easier to just hook somebody 3 times than to slug somebody for 4 minutes. So when slugging is happening, it's usually okay, I'm gonna touch this gate just to proc no way out if it's here. It's not. I'm gonna leave it up to the escape and then go away. Yeah, she's stealthing over here. That's not good, actually. Yeah, slugging. There's so many reasons that people slug, and so many of them are just like necessities for the normal gameplay loop of Dead by Daylight to work properly. I'll just let you get that. I'm gonna run towards the gate. And if you just completely get rid of slugging, then it gives too much power for survivors to take advantage of. I guess we can heal. Oh, Sheva just barely got her hat off, actually. She still has 1 extra hook left. And we'll see here if Blood Warden is a thing. And have she dropped her? Why did why? I feel like it might be Blood Warden. She's picking up and dropping Sheva over and over again. I feel like she's trying to delay the timer so Blood Warden happen. No, she still has her hat. Oh! Why did I think it was different? For some reason I thought that she just barely got it off. You're right, she does have it. That's unfortunate. Sheva's pretty, fucked then. In that case, we kind of just need to walk away. We need to leave so Pig wants the head pop kill, yeah. I think we just need to leave and hope Sheva gets hatched. That's the only thing. I don't know why Talita went back in to try and do her hat. She's not active. Yeah, I'm not certain what Talita's doing. What? Wait, what? How did Sheva leave? What? Sheva had an active trap. Oh, no, she got the first trap off, and then Pig gave a new trap to Sheva that was not active. Okay, that confused me. Yeah. Gigi got my achievement. Yippee! Yippee! Yeah. I thought I saw her without the trap for a second.
Sable talked about this place.
But it was confusing. I don't blame you for getting confused because that confused me. I friggin' yesterday, I don't know. I finally ran into a friggin' Skull Merchant since her 3.0 update. I genuinely am not certain if I've played against 3.0 Skull Merchant until yesterday. And it was like, damn, she's like really easy to play against. And if they just gave her like 3 or 4 buffs, then she would still be like easy to play against, but she wouldn't feel like other dog shit. If only they could do that instead of reworking Myers 3 times. That would be nice. Because I feel like current Skull Merchant really only needs 2 changes, and then she would be like, she would be probably C tier, but she would at least feel good to play, which is making drones have stealth mode again, and making her scan during fast faults. And that's it. Those 2 changes and Skull Merchant feels so much better. And actually feels worth playing. This time I played against the Skull Merchant, my solo queue teammates got double tapped and scanned while running across the map, and we still won. That also happened to us, to me. To the 2 solo queue teammates. I don't know if they got double tapped, but they got scanned outside of chase, like 3 times each at least, so they got injured outside of chase, despite, you know, no stealth mode and being able to crouch. So just something that just shouldn't happen. I don't know. I mean, that's just like the that's the small pittance that Skull Merchant gets, is that since nobody plays against her. Oh, good. It's Mr. Rework himself. I hope that's not me, because I'd feel bad. I don't think it is. Right. When killer, even if you're a really weak killer, if nobody knows how your power works, and they won't play around it. But even then, she's so weak that it doesn't matter if they don't play around her power. Like, Twins feels extremely strong. That's because, on one hand, she is very strong, but also nobody plays around her power correctly. I feel like she genuinely probably wouldn't be, like, A tier in everybody's mind if everybody knew how to play against Twins. She would probably be, like, mid-B. Because nobody kidnaps Victor, which is, like, the most basic of basics for versing them. And then I go against the Twins, and, like, I kidnap Victor, and you'll never believe it, but it's, like, really, really, really good when you when you just deny a killer their power for 30 seconds. Last time I played solo queue against Twins, I got a 4-man out, but I ran We're Gonna Live Forever MFT. That's very cruel of you. Dave Myers more stock, but oh well. That poor Twins. I don't want to do main gen because it's so out in the open. It's easy to stock. Yeah, the last time I remember going to Twins, just people kept immediately destroying Victor, and I think we still got a 2 or a 3-man out because whenever she chased me, I would just hold Victor, and then she would just be a basic and 1 killer for 30 seconds. Like, that's all it really is. But hey, with the new update, gutting, slugging, I can drop these 2 from my build. That is true. Yeah, you don't need anything. Ironically, Unbreakable is going to be like super Omega Giga buffed because after the 90-second timer, each down you still have to pick yourself back up from like raw, so it takes like 30 seconds, I think. But with Unbreakable, you'll just have it'll literally be permanent Unbreakable, like 20-second self pickup or whatever. I hope they don't go through with the changes for Myers. I like Myers. I think was worried about the Tombstone. Oh yeah, I think Steve went in the locker was a good choice because this Myers has been stalking for a hot minute. Yeah, I think it might be like purple Tombstone. I'm a little bit ambivalent towards the Myers changes. I'm really only upset about them or the reason I'm upset about them is the fact that they gave them to him when other killers needed it so much more, and they very recently messed with him. Like, that's the only issue that I have with them giving the Myers change at the moment. Also, the fact that it's more dash slop is just, like, annoying. But I don't necessarily hate them. I would have to, like, I'm gonna have to see what he's like, but I think we should not, actually. His first tier 3 took forever, but that one was fast. Yep, it was Tombstone. Well, one of his tier 3s is gone. Two of his tier 3s are gone. Also, this Myers would no longer be able to kick gens, but again, it doesn't matter because this Myers hasn't kicked a gen at all game. Where is he? There he is. Also, he probably won't have Tombstone after his rework, which I'm fine with. I think it's kind of fun to play around Tombstone, but like, it's not healthy. There he is. Gets stunned. Yeah, I have no idea how much stock he has, so... Oh dear. Come on, locker, locker, locker. Oh, I think he bamboozled it. He'll never know, he'll never know, he'll never know, he'll never know. He has no idea. Fuck. No kick gen would be if he moried Renato. Oh, right! Now we would only have faster gen speed. You're right. I forgot. It's such a weird... The languaging on that confused me. I had to look at it like 3 or 4 times. But right. Only if you kill the person that you just hooked. So when friggin' Buddy walks over with off-the-record decisive strike dead hard and he's constantly hovering around for pallet saves, you can't kill him. Cause then you don't have any more gen defense. Yeah, and the no gen kick was voiced so weirdly, yeah. A lot of that patch, a lot of the PTB patch was written weirdly. If you sacrifice to kill the last hook survivor, yeah. Yeah, I got confused by what they meant by last hooked survivor, whether that meant the survivor you just hooked, as in before you got the kill, or the survivor you'd hooked previously, as in before you did the hook in the first place. I am stupid, apparently. For some reason I thought... Oh wait, no, there is a gate here. Okay. I thought I just went to the corner of the map that had absolutely nothing. Since when any hook survivor be the last hook survivor? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. If you hook them now. Yeah, that is exactly what I thought when I first read the PTB. I'm going to... I don't know. Steven's not around, and Steven hasn't opened a gate, so... Okay, let's leave for Hatch. That's, I think, the best idea. This is the best way to give Renato a chance. No. If we leave now for Hatch, because... Or not. I don't know. Steve's going to go back in. I feel like the best odds for Renato getting out is Hatch. Because yeah. Like, he's running him. He's got a bunch of distance. And he's got Tombstone for the next 20 seconds. Like, sure, we could maybe do something. He's trying to play around Tombstone. But, like, I don't know. I don't know why Steve stayed. We should have left for Hatch. I guess we could have gone for this unhook? I don't know. Whatever. I originally thought it meant if you sacrifice to a survivor, you can't damage gens until you hook a survivor who doesn't die by that hook. That might, like, that's an interesting. That would be very interesting. If that was the case, it honestly might not be that bad of an idea, but yeah, I don't think that's what it is. I guess I can understand how you would read it that way, though. It would be really funny if, like, we get the patch notes and the wording is just so weird that when we actually look at them, everything that we thought is completely incorrect and the entire, like, all of them work in a fundamentally different way from how we were theorizing. It's so all of, like, the fear about it is just is meaningless because it's about essentially a completely different plan. That would be very funny to me. Like, it passively looks at the last hook survivor, and if that last hook was a sacrifice, it does that. No, it's wrong, but that was my logic. Yeah. I can understand that. I see the only thing I didn't see was, like, the second part where it lets you damage gens again. I don't think that was anywhere in the PTB notes. But I guess it's, like, by omission reading. I don't know. It's either going to be a very tumultuous time for Killer, which it already is. Killer feels rough now already, but it's going to get worse. Or they'll, like, understand and put everything back. Or if we're really lucky, they'll only put forward, like, the few good changes and workshop everything else for way later in the future. Slinger. On the OG Kaneki PTB patch notes, they forgot to write how Kaneki's perks get tokens. Oh. Yeah. They just, oh man, imagine we get into PTB and it turns out that there's, like, an entire extra, like, new mechanic that they've just forgot to write about. It's like when a survivor dies, survivors also can't, like, repair gens for until the killer gets a new hook. And everything is reversed. Or when a gen pops, survivors can't do gens, and then it's like it's perfectly evenly unfun for both sides. Anytime somebody progresses their objective, they can no longer interfere with the opponent's objective. Fuck me. I don't know what has been with me lately. I keep missing skill checks when I really ought not to be. Ah shit, he's coming for me, isn't he? Or not? Okay, I think he is. Oh, yeah. I just barely dodged him. That was so precise. He walked... I just barely got in that room before he walked by. Literal milliseconds difference between him finding me and him not. So, you know, on the newest Yu-Gi-Oh livestream, they had President Macron talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. So no, I did not know that. That's something. Which one? I don't even remember which president of France. Yeah, that's interesting. Was the tournament being held in, like, in France? Like, why was he there? Is he just, like, a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh? Just decided to stop in for funsies? Well, there is Buddy. He's nowhere near this hole, so if possible, I'm gonna try and get over to that person and heal them. That's bad. Hello, let me heal you. Thank you, Kindred. Really? You don't want to be healed? Fine, I'll just go for the unhook. I feel like healing you would have been a good idea, too, but that's fine. Oh my god. I swear this PTB is gonna make everybody slug because it's the last opportunity they'll ever have. It has been like every match, and previously it did not happen at all. And then people are going to be like, oh, look, slugging is such a problem because it's constantly happening. Meanwhile, the solution to fix it is what's causing it in the first place. Fuck me. Yeah, I feel like healing her would have been a pretty good idea. Can I heal you now, Michaela? Are you happy about me healing you now? Yeah. Because is a bit of an issue. Should have unhooked while he was carrying. I guess. I don't know. In my head, I was making her unhookable, but I guess she went second. Because the issue is, like, if I hook her, and then immediately thereafter, like, they don't have, don't unhook her? God, I was gonna shoulder the burden here. There. Because if Sable doesn't have, like, off-the-record DS, he could just tunnel her and she would be out of the game. Which is why I didn't want to unhook her right in his face. That was the only thing. But it was probably a bad idea since she would not have been gone second otherwise.
You're okay.
I have to crawl to the other side of the pallet to friggin' heal her. Yeah, just like walk over here and then we can double heal properly. They met at an expo in France and also the World Championship in France. Oh, is in France. Interesting. Well, fortunately, Sable did not get tunneled out, so... You have fun with it, Nancy. You're unhooked, so... Hello, Michaela. I think I'll... Oh, this is a one-man gen. Michaela doesn't have any hooks. It's literally just Sable that's in trouble. Everyone else is fresh. So if she can stealth until we're at 1 gen, should be fine. I don't think we've done lab yet. And it looks like he might have just found Sable. That's bad. I think she has the screaming perk, which is, not good. That's not good. Hey, you want me? Yeah. Over here. Follow me. Nope. I don't think that was enough to convince him. That's unfortunate. I tried to unhook there. Didn't work out. Oh well. Oh. Yeah, I feel like killing upstairs is the better choice. Oh well. I don't like playing on indoor maps in solo queue. Makes it a lot more difficult. Even with Kindred. Where? Over there. Well, I can shoulder her burden. I've not used for other people yet today. I'm wondering if I should give myself some way to heal. Either swap the fog vial for a med kit or something else. This is just a really, like, bad setup because we keep getting hooked on this central hook and then playing around it. There. There he is. Oh, there's a hole there. I forgot. Drop that. Oh, there's another hole there? What the hell? Okay, well. I don't know my friggin' lab loops, apparently. I thought there was only the one hole on the halfway on the other side. I mean, this game is just
Stupid book.
awful. I guess we can just do a gen instead of healing, it's fine. At this point. Slinger's first. Fuck me, I'm dead here. Fuck. Oh, wait, actually? Here's a pallet. What if it worked, though? What if he completely lost me? Because my scratch marks disappeared. I think it worked, actually. I think it did, in fact, work. And then Michaela died for my sins. But he's still short of the burden despite having 2 stages, like use it and just drop dead. I advocate for that. I think that should be a normal mechanic. I think it's really funny conceptually to just stand in front of somebody and just kill yourself off of their hook. I think that would be very good change. I think that's actually the only way they should make shoulder the burden work. You shouldn't be able to spread hook stages with shoulder the burden other than making it your 3rd stage. Then the perk would be balanced. Yeah, we haven't done this one yet. I feel like somebody was on here a while ago. Maybe I'm misremembering, though. Well... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Slinger would have... Actually, did he triple hook the Sable? He might have. He wasn't tunneling the Sable, I don't think. But I think he might have actually triple hooked the Sable. Or maybe he had one with Michaela in between. I don't know. I can't remember at this point, it's been too long. However, he only just now would be able to kill a survivor without a permanent 10% gen speed boost. So late into the game. I genuinely wonder how frequently it's going to be where, like, I said 10%. We don't actually know the specific number. In my mind, it's 10%. I'm just assuming that, though. But I wonder how frequently it's going to be where you'll have situations where you genuinely want the person to die for the gen speed boost. I bet it's going to happen. Genuinely. It won't surprise me where you'll get more value out of faster gens than having a teammate. Which is just so weird. Nancy's gonna die soon. I'll finish this gen, I guess, and then... I don't know if I can get Michaela in time. I'll have Kindred Soul know if he's camping her. Oh, does he make it to basement with both of them? Oh, shit. Unless he just, like, decides to leave them for no reason. There's no way. I'm injured. Yeah, there's no way. Unless? A little bit further away? I swear he's walking towards me. How did he know? How did he know? 2v8 Spirit is...
This is taking
So I've been playing a lot of 2v8 Spirit. That's probably the majority of my killer matches since 2v8 came out. I think like 90% of my matches have been 2v8 Spirit. I tried learning normal Spirit. I tried playing her for a couple of games because 2v8 Spirit feels so good. Oh my god, normal Spirit feels like ass compared to 2v8. She is so slow, and I don't know why, but I had so much more difficulty hearing survivors in a 1v4, which doesn't make sense because there's more noises happening in 2v8, but for some reason I just like could not at all track people in 1v4. I wonder if they like boosted audio grunts in 2v8. That doesn't make sense. I don't think they did, but I can't think of another explanation as to why I have like it's genuinely borderline impossible for me to track survivors in 1v4, but like it was fine in 2v8. Yeah, I played like 2 matches as 1v4 Spirit and was like, "Oh, yeah, there's a reason I don't I don't play Spirit ever. It's because I'm bad at her. She just does not feel good." I'm sure if you are really good with audio tracking, you're really good about knowing where even the slightest sounds are, and you can pick up those tiny tufts of dirt that sometimes, I guess, supposedly get kicked up. She's probably fine, but I just don't have the ability to do that, unfortunately. Which is sad, because I think Spirit's such a cool character and a cool concept. But she just does not work for me. Outside of 2v8, for some reason. I don't know. I don't get it.
If you want to live, stick with me.
Um, I mean, Killer probably spawned in Shack, based on where we spawned. So if I go over to where he spawned, he'll never find me. It's a perfect crime. Dracula is here. No, sorry, Alucard. Getting chased over there somewhere. No idea who a killer is. Oh, another Myers. Really? Apparently Myers is coming out a lot because people saw that he's getting changed significantly. There's a lot of slugging. Not that much tunneling, actually. But a lot of slugging and a lot of Myers. And I guess it's because of the changes coming. It's the only thing that makes any sense to me. I feel like there's already so much disincentivizing for tunneling. They just need to incentivize spreading hooks. And then we would probably be in a perfectly good stage of tunneling being not super common. Because off the record, decisive strike dead hard. Yada yada yada. All of it is pretty rough when you have to eat it. So generally, people don't tunnel unless it's like the last option, and that's their only possible way for winning. Because it's just not consistent. If you have to eat through 4 health states every hook, you're probably going to lose before you get 1 kill. Or you could just put on the tombstone with Myers and ignore everything and just insta-kill. It's not tunneling if you've never hooked them. You just instantly kill them. I hope that they go into a locker. Or slow vault a window. Or just sit on a... There's so many ways to play around the tombstone. It's surprisingly funny. You just have to, like, think about it preemptively is all. Although I'm not certain if this is tombstone. This might just be normal Myers. I just always assume it's tombstone because why would you play Myers otherwise? Other than, like, Giga Vault Speed. Those are, like, his 2 funny things. There's no way it's infinite. I think he saw me. On this gen. No. Maybe? Yes, I think he's coming. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I think the last literal millisecond right before he teared down. That's so lame. I guess I should have just looped around the log. Probably would have bought me the extra tiny little bit of time. He'll probably get a whole another tear up off of it. Why are you going to a locker? There's no way that's the play. Huh? Sable? Why am I not being saved? I feel like that was a free save for me. Oh well. One-eighth of the anti-camp meter. Is Sable just feeding him stock? Why is she standing still? I mean, she goes down before she gets that save. Honestly, like, don't even heal me. I don't care. She was off the record? Really? Oh my god, that's so stupid. That's okay, so they're making it so you lose collision when you get unhooked, which is a good change, granted. But does that last for the duration of off the record? Because the way they phrased it, it didn't sound like it will. It sounds like it's just for like the duration of BT, which body blocking with BT is not nearly as much of an issue as body blocking with off the record decisive strike, in my opinion. I feel like that's the biggest like problem point, is that those perks give you so much power. And they kind of need to have the body block. Another thing, actually, elusive. The new suppresses auras, suppresses grunts of pain. They've rolled all of that into a single category, and so I'm wondering, so many perks are going to need like a huge rework. Like Iron Will can't give you elusive, like, because it would just give you permanent aura suppression and no scratch marks. Like they made distortion's effect all wrapped up together. Distortion effect plus Iron Will, a single thing, as opposed to separate things that you can give to certain perks, which is I don't know. I mean, it depends on how they rework the perks, I guess, but I feel like it might end up being a bit of a problem. Okay, there's a pallet over there. And they just opened that. If he's on me, I'm gonna kind of move a little bit towards this gate. Because if he comes towards me, they get out, going for that gate. I really can't tell if he's coming towards me or not. Oh, he is. In that case, I need to get back over to the gate they are on. I kind of lost him a little bit, maybe. If I just beeline it, I think I may make it. I don't know if I'd recommend taking the body block, though. He may have stalked me all the way up. We'll see. Nope. Well, I made it out. Alucard made it out. Alan Wake was messing around with chests, so who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he'll make it. I think they should increase the BP bonus for Survivor in 1v4. 2.5 is just not enough. Like, it's becoming very clear. I don't understand why the normal game mode has a lower BP bonus than the special event. I feel like I care so much more about the normal game being playable than a special mode being playable. Especially because 2v8 has play while you wait. Like, what? Why do they have a higher BP bonus and play while you wait, and then 1v4 is just like, yeah, you get, 10-minute killer queues, no compensation. Like, we're not going to incentivize survivors at all relative to 2v8. It'll be half. Like, nah. I genuinely think they should make like 10 times BP bonus is the maximum for survivors, because it's ridiculous that killer just becomes unplayable when they release certain modes. I'm gonna play 2v8 Survivor unless I have a friend in voice chat. Yeah, that's totally fair. I played I think in the previous iterations of 2v8 I played like 2 or 3 matches of 2v8, and then or of killer in 2v8 just to like check it out. Not the biggest fan of 2v8 killer just because the killers that I really like aren't there and the perks aren't there, so there's a little bit less variety. But I played a lot more this time because play while you wait made it so I wasn't literally sitting there for 20 minutes. But it definitely makes sense. The main draws of 2v8 is playing with your friend with a killer, so playing in a voice call is kind of like the optimal 2v8 experience. But I just I wish that, you know, I wish 2v8 was less common, and I wish it didn't completely kill 1v4 queues. Those are my two wishes.
Hit those generators.
Oh wow, a 2. A broken key. Okay. Thank you, Vecna. Very helpful. Actually, I should maybe take that broken key out so this chest respawns. Isn't that how that works? I think that's how it works. After a certain amount of time, chest will reset against Vecna. I know what's worse, free, unbreakable, or basic hit tenacity. It depends on what killer you're using. If you're playing twins, tenacity will mean you'll never find survivors again, because every time you down them, it'll be bad. But also, unbreakable's really bad. Honestly, if you're playing twins, you don't play twins anymore. If you're playing Oni, tenacity's probably worse, because you probably only activate like one basic hit unbreakable per game. If you're playing like other normal killers, if you're going probably tenacity in most cases is worse, and basic unbreakable is only going to be really bad against like swifts, or if you're playing like twins or something like that. But they're both, as stated in the PTB, they're neither of them are good. Both need some very well. Tenacity needs to be deleted. I don't know why that ever came as an option, but the unbreakable needs to be workshopped. It's strange to me because a long time ago, at this point, they gave the idea of like faster crawling in exchange for your bleed out bar going faster, and I think the idea was so you could die faster in a slug situation. But even that wasn't tenacity. So I don't know why they scrapped that and then made something worse than that. I think you could just crawl faster in exchange for your bleed up bar. I don't think you'd simultaneously heal and crawl faster. The decision making is strange at behavior. Do you think the PTB is gonna come out and nobody's gonna play killer? Because usually when PTB comes out, a lot of people play killer, and usually killer queues are really long in PTB. I think it's gonna be the reverse this time, since so much of it is bad for killer. It's gonna be like 20 hours for a survivor queue. The Fung, who has not been hooked once, is being very I think they did a CJ right there, or tried to. Got hit for it. I don't mind if this Fung gets killed, honestly. Because I have shouldered the burden and for the people, so I can make them healthy again. Oh, I can't pick up. Okay, Fung, are you so for real right now? Are you so actual and real and for really for real? You didn't get one save? It's so you just give up when I have shoulder the burden. Ah, and the bot won't let me heal her. Oh, I hate bots. There you go. There's the funny gimmick. It's against a frickin' bot, so nothing matters. But there's the funny gimmick. I'm supposed to be able to do that directly underneath hook, but since it's a bot, then it didn't let me. God, really? What is with this absolute horrid RNG? I cannot get the frickin' boots, which are the only thing that you need to have versus Vecna. Nothing else really matters. If the bot got the freaking eye, do you think the bots know what's in the chest before they search them? I think it's rolled. It's like earnestly rolled on, like it's actually RNG. Haha, there's nobody here, Vecna. Fuck. Anchorell is just a little bit too loud for that. It was good in theory. Maybe I should have gotten into a locker. Probably would have been better. Okay, so this, what he's doing right now, I would get to keep crawling. I feel like I don't feel like I should be rewarded for going down. I don't know. I feel like he shouldn't be punished because the two people are healing directly underneath hook. It doesn't make sense to me. It's strange that healing yourself, recovering counts as healing a health state. Are we gonna be able to heal in time? Maybe just barely. But he'll fly over after this. Yeah. I'm gonna make distance towards that tile. And Fung is back on Death Hook. Am I crazy, or does this starship kind of look like a mudkip? From like a distance, if you squint your eyes a little bit. Just a little bit, like the yellow on the sides follow the little like things that come out of the sides of Mudkip's head. What are they called? Like the gills? I guess they're gills. Oh, that doesn't really make sense. I don't know. And Fung is dead. Well, I did try. But there's only so much you can do once they become a bot. I think I'll just full commit. Maybe. Okay, I almost ran back into him. How did that gen finish? I thought we had like 10% more. Maybe I wasn't paying attention properly. It felt like there was so much more left on that gen. And then I looked away for like a couple seconds to look where Vecna was. And then all of a sudden it popped. Maybe we should like hyper focus, that's possible. Well, we'll finish this. Probably, yeah. I don't think healing right here is the best call. We'd heal like over here, maybe. Whatever. No good items were gotten. That's the Dispelling Sphere. I have Kindred. Where is Claudette? Did she go into a locker while I wasn't paying attention? Yeah, she did. And there's no way out, and he's going to fly over here. Maybe? Or not. Still... He's just chilling around Hook, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can't walk over to Claudette and have her heal me. And then... get something productive done. I'm trying to reach her, and her pathing. There we go. So by the time we're done with this heal, No Way Out will be over. We still have 70 more seconds on Cheryl. If one of us goes for the gate and the other one hovers the unhook, I think that's the best way to go. But I can't pull her off until he, like, leaves. Ah, crap. I got spotted. That's not good. Ah! I see. Well, just leave Claudette. If possible. I don't know, she may not have time. Okay, well. All that just for no Ed. That's a shame. I think I may make this one, next one my last one. Breakout. Nah, I guess that one for now. I'm gonna make the next match the last one for the day. I haven't had as much... Survivor queues are so fast, I have not had as much time as I thought I would to level up Arella. I think I've only gone up like a couple of levels. I thought I would have prestiged her to 21. But I'm just like barely going to make it to 20. If that. Actually, I won't. This is the last match. I think I got 2 shoulder the burdens today. Which is like, not as many as usual. Usually it's like half of my matches. I think that's like the average, is 50% of my matches I get shoulder the burden value. Which is absolutely insane in solo queue. Like, you should never get more than like 20% in solo queue. In my opinion. Especially because, like, killers aren't tunneling. Like, that's the worst part, is you get shoulder the burden value even when killers are not tunneling. Oh, we all spawned on here. Oh, instantly got maximum reunited points. I guess you just always get that now, don't you? Since you always spawn together without the shroud, I guess. You always get just immediately 600 points for being reunited. Wesker? I think. Please don't come to me, Wesker. Okay, I am going to make a little bit of distance because I don't want him to shift onto me. Although I'm literally following Cheryl's path, so maybe not as good of a as good about that as I thought I was being. Yeah, they're over there. Pretty sure. I'm surprised she made that much distance so quickly. I guess Michaela's hovering for a flashy save. Hopefully he goes after her and not after this friggin' dead zone gen. I'm gonna go on the other side so I'm not as visible. Nope, he sees me. Good thing I've overcome. That's not a window? I was up those stairs! What do you mean Wesker grabbed me? I was up those stairs! I wasn't even on the same level as him. And we're healing under hook. That is just like a horrible habit that survivors have, and I don't understand why. Well, Cheryl probably has like 80% of a heal, doesn't she? Let's finish her up. I guess since it's a double heal, it's probably enough time for us to go here. And I don't want to use that case, since it's right next to the hook. Okay. Maybe I should spray myself right next to hook first, and then insta on hook or whatever. Does that make any sense? Nope. One. He'll have his power any second now, so just drop that. And then I get a second vault here. Ah. I see. Breaks the pallet. I mean, I'm out of stuff, so... At least I didn't get infected again. I guess I should have pathed towards Shack earlier. Why? Why? Why are we doing this? Why? I don't get it. Why would you give him a free hit there? For no reason. They're chasing Shack. I should drop the can so I can actually use my fog vial. Down on Shack. I guess we could heal her here. Barely. It probably would be better to move, but... hard to communicate that in solo queue. Oh, basement. Never mind, nothing mattered. It's gonna take him way too long to get back to hook. Let me drop this. Now I have my fog vial back up. Well, I am the weak link. I'm on Death Hook, so I kind of just have to do the gens that are on the opposite side of the map. And hope he never comes to me. What? He whiffed all the way down into basement. I just gotta watch this chase happen from afar. She only has like 30 more seconds, honestly. Given how long hook states last right now, who knows how long that tiny red bar actually lasts. It could be friggin' an eternity. But you kind of gotta, okay, surely now you gotta go or she dies, right? Okay, well, you were healthy. You definitely could have traded. I don't know. I guess he could have slugged, and that would have been a punishment for now. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on how good of a run they do after the slug. Ada has not been booked yet. Finish this up, heal Ada, and hopefully I don't... No, he's coming right here. There's no way we finish this. I'll just let Ada run the tile, it's fine. Main building. Do you have anything good? No. All of the broken windows didn't spawn here. Which is really stupid. Literally, what the hell? Are there no windows here? What the fuck? Wait, hold on. This entire main building gets 0 windows? There's 0 windows upstairs. All of the broken windows aren't downstairs. I think there's just a singular shitty window. Well, I didn't even know that was possible. Why do I never get to play on this map when it has 0 windows in main? The hell? When I play on it, it's literally like 3 god windows. Oh well. Well, I am going to go ahead and end here. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.